biggest announcements of the year. Today is no exception. We have some of our biggest announcements in Hellaverse history. On this panel, right now. I want to get you all hyped up for that. And we're going to start out with something that I need a little audience participation on. Can we do that? Can I have a little audience participation on this? Alright, let's fucking go, baby. Roll the video.
you so much for asking. Anyway, I'm sure you are all aware of the amazing news that we have been greenlit for seasons 3 and 4 of Aston Hotel. Okay, Mr.
Blitz, the O is silent. What's all this about?
Well, I was telling everyone about how exciting it is that we're getting more seasons of Aspen Hotel.
Yeah, that's good for you, but that's old news, bitch.
Oh,
Hold on, you old kitty, since I'm here to announce that Hell of a Boss is coming to Prime Video, but not you thought the hash brown motel was the only hell show that Daddy Amazon was horny for?
gosh, wow, that is so great. Congratulations. How does that work?
Now, Chalky, I'll tell you.
It's Charlie.
Listen up, Chucklebugs. Prime Video's teaming up with Spittle Horse, that is a good name, to support the making of Hell of a Boss's remaining seasons. Now, I'm talking full fucking episodes, full seasons, the whole chuck thing. And, oh, the best part is, full creative control remains in He's in charge.
Not a bitch. Really love her.
Then, after a little bit more than a month or so of being on Prime Video first, the show will release in its entirety, as it always has, on YouTube. So basically, and the best part is, now we get to fuck around with you guys from time to time. And boom!
Okay, I get it. Don't give everything away. We get it.
You're a fucking fun sucker, did you know that? I'm a giver, bitch. I'm giving.
I love that about you, Blitz. Really do. But you have to give them something to be surprised by. That's what makes the wait so worth it. Because, as we all know,
Animation takes a long time.
Anyway, we cannot wait to share more of the Hellaverse with you all. We hope you enjoy more seasons of Hell of a Boss.
It has been hotel.
Thank you all so much for getting us here. Really, we could not have done this without you.
That's it. No, fuck this. Let's get big.
Babe, I thought we acted really nicely.
Fuck waiting. Looks like I love seeing. We got Billy.
What did I tell you all? I said, we have the biggest announcement in Hellaverse history. We were not fucking kidding. We have new shit on the way to Hot Topic. We have a new deal with Good Smile. New TU2's on the way. New stuff from Nostalgia Cold. New stuff from Bowie Flavor. And Hell of a Boss is joining Has-Been Hotel on Prime Video. Meaning, finally, the Hellaverse is united, it is complete, and all of our precious demons are together. But, to talk more about this subject, we have some guests to bring on stage. Are we ready to say hello to them? Starting off, we have the creator of the United Hellaverse, Vivian Madrano! Next up, we have the Hell of a Boss himself. We have Brandon Rogers as Grace. Luna fans out? Make some fucking noise! Erica Lindback as Luna! That's you. Wait! That's you! Erica Lindback! Followed up, we have our latest recruit to IMP as of the end of season 2. Former Prince Solus, Bryce Pico! And finally, our most beloved jester, the voice of Miseroli, Alex Brenner! Thank you all so much for being contractually obligated to be here today. But we have to start with you. Obviously, this has been the biggest secret that we have been sitting on for a while now. But other than all the wonderful context we got added in the video, getting in the video, what does this mean? What are the biggest implications for you in having Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel in the same place now?
Obviously. It's on. Okay, yes. I mean, well, for me, this is a dream come true because, you know, these shows, started in both such different journeys, and to now be able to have the freedom to connect them, like, officially, because as everybody knows, like, they've been connected, but they've always had to kind of be separate. They've always had to kind of live separately. You know, we crafted it in a way that the lores all matched, but the, stories and characters were just, just not something that would, easily come together. And it's like been the number one question I've been asked is like, is there gonna be a crossover? And I'm like, well, I mean, I just don't know. And to finally be able to say yes now is amazing. Because I adore these characters and I adore these stories, but I also just the ability to bring the kind of characters from each show, like even if like it's just a little bit at first or like whatever it ends up being, like it's freedom. And it's incredibly meaningful to me, and it feels very full circle, and I'm very thankful because it's also like, Hell of a Boss just also maintains its identity as well. So like, this is such a special thing to happen. I'm so excited.
And obviously, there's a lot of fear and a lot of, kind of questions with change like this. But I think the one thing we can assure our audience is that with this partnership, this deal with Amazon, y'all are only going to be getting so much more of what you already love. So there is so much more coming from the Hellaverse. I think some of the questions we've been asked in the past is like not only crossover, but we could probably see merchandise in the future. We can see a lot of things that take advantage of the full Hellaverse as a whole.
Well, it's also like, the multi-languages, like there's dubbing, there's so much, like it's just gonna expand it in such a way that's amazing, and I don't know, it's just so exciting. I don't know, it's so great.
And that's the big thing here, is that we have been huge, and we, across the world, we have fans all across the world, but our presence has been predominantly in the US, but with Amazon, we're now getting the show out to far more places. How does it feel to now know that Hell of a Boss is going to be joining Has-Been in a much...
I'm thankful for Prime because there's just no downside to this. It's only exciting and growth. It's awesome.
This is so exciting. Obviously, like so many of you must be excited. Brandon, big question for you. This is so exciting right now. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Get it going.
Is it not? Your son's honor than mine. Where's the knob turner? There we go.
My question for you is, how does it feel to, for the first time ever, be on a Prime Originals, Prime series like this?
Go fuck yourself. How does that feel? I have been preparing a nice ass for you to munch on.
Oh, bitch. Are you on another, is it?
Do you know how, are you know the things I had to do to get on the fucking Has-Been Hotel?
Oh, shit. Okay, sorry.
I literally had the deal, and it's not what you think, and it is not who you hope.
I've got to be honest, I had no fucking idea you were on Has-Been. I'm looking at things like, Amazon, he was on Has-Been. They're shaking their heads. Viv, did you know he was on Has-Been Hotel?
I don't know, they don't tell me these things.
Moving on from that question. question then, shit. Hey, on a serious note then, when you first got this show, or through the entire journey of jumping onto this indie show on YouTube, to where it is now, joining Hasbin Hotel, joining on Prime, knowing this is going to go international, seeing this as one of the first shows you see when you walk into any Hot Topic store across the country right now, insane. My question going down the line, what was the first real sign that this show was taking off in a way that you weren't expecting?
Level up! No, but seriously, we came to Level Up for the first time 3 years ago, and I had no idea what the show was going to be. And when I sat down at a table and met you guys for the first time, I was like, why the fuck do they care who I am? Viv Madrano!
Thank you. Is that a question?
That's a question for all of you.
Okay,
What was the moment you knew that like it had turned?
I'm not surprised at all because when Viv brought the show to my representatives, I wanted to jump on board immediately because I'm not surprised that we are where we are because Vivian Madrano is so creative and driven and knows where she's going and what she wants, and a fan base that is unstoppable and unheard of. So I'm like, yeah, let me jump on that wagon. And it, like joining the Hellaverse is probably one, if not the best moves of my whole career.
I just want to add that when I knew things were real, I was in Oklahoma City at a Build-A-Bear with my niece, and in front of a lot of children, one of the cashiers said, "Holy fuck! It's you from this!" And I was like, "Thank you very much." She's 7. But I think that in a Build-A-Bear in a mall in Oklahoma City, where there was also a Hot Topic with all of us there, this has been absolutely astounding, and all of you are the fucking shit. You guys are the best.
Same question for you, Bryce. Was there a moment you do so many of these conventions where you just see like more and more people who have hopped onto the show? What was a big moment for you where you realized this had really become something?
I think the first time you see your character or somebody cosplaying your character, you're like, what the hell? And that certainly happened for me here for the first time at Level Up. And I will say also, just an internal memo that I got was after we recorded Everything Will Be Okay, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that something had happened in the booth that I was proud of. And that internal thing was like, well, whatever happens to that, I'm proud of that thing that I made. And I think that that's something that I learned is what Viv does. She's made something she's proud of. And to all the hopeful artists in the room, just make something you're proud of, and stick to your guns. So yeah, that was my first aha moment. Was in the booth, and then it was confirmed at Level Up for the first time.
Love it. Erica, Luna has taken off as like a cultural phenomenon with the amount of people who have cosplay, do fan art of Luna, and are just obsessed with the character. What was the moment you realized, like, oh, this character has really become something?
I don't think I can distill it down to one moment, but if I were to try, it would be when I was in LA at a Starbucks, and this was years ago, and I saw a guy wearing one of the OG Bad Mood Luna hoodies, and I screamed at him from my car. I was like, oh my god, I was like, I'm Luna, I'm her, and it was so cool to see, because like I work on a lot of like anime and JRPGs, and I feel like there's a lot of
show, and now this show is taken off in such a monumental way. How does it feel now to see your character that you voiced going on to this point and expanding not just in the US, but we showed off a toy that's going to be huge in Japan. You have people in China cosplaying a character you voice. What is this like for you?
They're trying, this is homophobic. Silencing me.
Mine is working fine, so I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
What is it like? What are you asking? What was it like about the Chinese blitz? That's crazy to me. That's fucking crazy. Well, it's, you know, what's weird, I mean, what's very comforting actually is blitz is such a me. Like, I'm very, you know, some of us are more or less like our characters. I feel pretty fucking conjoined to blitz, and it's nice because I've been able to, as a writer on the show, a lot of what blitz goes through is kind of me cathartically writing stuff that I've gone through, and to have so many people from around the world say that they relate to blitz, it makes me feel like it makes me feel more confident in myself that I'm not so alone in feeling these things that blitz goes through, and that there's a community of weirdos out there that really weren't that apparent before, 10 years ago, and it's so cool to feel not as alone as I did a decade ago, because you're even weirder than I am, and so I don't know what the question was. I've gone from point A to point C, and I don't know where B ended up, but what's my favorite hole? What's my favorite ice cream? I like it at any hole, but not the one. I'm just going to keep talking about ice cream.
You're doing great. I should let you go we have 25 minutes left. Keep talking for 23. Run out the clock. No. No, honestly, what you said actually brings me to another question, which is kind of a beautiful question to think about. So the characters have gone through, each one of them have gone through a really beautiful emotional journey up until this point in season 2. I'm actually very excited because the episodes take a long time. Obviously, we talk about it, that animation takes a long time. It's something, very long time. If you can't,
Very, very long time.
Yeah, we do a really good job covering the dark circles under our eyes. But, this new audience who's coming into the show now are going to be able to watch all 2 seasons of these emotional arcs.
Was very indie, was very scrappy. We were kind of just releasing as we went, and as you guys know, animation takes a very long time. Without getting into it, like, the whole process of an episode can take half a year. Like, it is insane. So like, obviously we're working on more than one at once, which is how, seasons of television get made, for anyone who does not know, for animation. But like, it's our show is hand-drawn, it's beautiful, and we want that to reflect on screen. So we don't want to rush it, we don't want to, that's part of its identity. And so firstly, I want to say thank you all for being incredibly patient with us. Truly, from the animation side of things, it's a very thankless world to work in animation. So I'm very thankful to the audience for understanding that and respecting how long it takes and waiting for it. So I thank you for that. But, the way we've been releasing it up to this point is very, as we kind of get it done, we kind of go, all right, episode out. And it would be like sporadic. It'd be like, maybe we get an episode out every handful of months. And that's not how we wrote it. We wrote it all together. We wrote it to be watched. And so I'm really excited for new audiences to come in and not have to wait all these months in between episodes and to be able to just watch the show kind of the way we intended it to be watched. So I'm excited for that because I honestly think that that's kind of the best way to absorb this story that we're telling. It's a very intense, emotional, character-driven story, and I think I'm very excited for that. I'm really hoping that brings a perspective to watching the show, so that you don't, because I think there's whenever you have to wait for something, you build something up, and so I think people being able to just go right from one to the next is going to help with that because you'll get to see what we intended.
For sure. And look, this goes without saying, but who in the audience has been emotionally affected by the characters' journeys in this show? Just about everyone. But I want to ask the cast, because you've been with these characters for a while now, and obviously you've recorded even more with them than we've seen. How have you felt going on these emotional journeys with the characters? And is there anything that you really connected with on an emotional level in these story arcs? And starting with Richard and kind of the relationships that Moxie's shown in the series so far.
Yeah, I think that it's amazing that we have a show And that's how they always do their shows. But Millie was always on Moxie's side through the whole thing. And that was so healthy that she was aware of Moxie's insecurity, because I get insecure, like I think a lot of us do in relationships sometimes. And then when we had the scene where with the unhappy campers, you saw that we worked through the struggle to, there was an issue, and it didn't destroy the relationship, it strengthened the relationship, and you just don't see that a lot in stories. So for me, that's my favorite. That and musicals. Yes.
As a person who's also as a jester who's also in one of the healthiest relationships on screen. One of the things I love about this show is that it is a dirty, offensive, foul-mouthed show, but the main theme that you take away is love wins, and I love that about this show. Because it is so easy to be tongue-in-cheek about that these days, and I love the sincerity that the show is inside of this insane world. And, none better than, my boyfriend, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Who's here, by the way? Go visit him! It's his first con. Be very nice to him, or I will fucking kill you.
First time.
So you all better be at tomorrow's panel, because I have so many Fizmodious questions. I cannot wait to ask Alex and James.
I can't wait.
Bryce, but we talk about character arcs here, but obviously we have so much more of the series to get through, and we are at a really interesting point with Stolas, because we are probably at his lowest point right now. And, again, seeing the entire Stolas storyline once people are able to watch it on Prime is going to be huge for them. But how has the journey with Stolas been for you, and what are some sort of discoveries you've made as you've explored the character?
Oh, it's so sad, isn't it?
So sad.
As a representative of one of the dysfunctional relationships on our show, I think good art, good storytelling is about people who need to grow and change. And I think that what Viv and Brandon and the other writers have done so well for this storyline is they've given a character the need to undergo some self-discovery and also grow and change. And I think one of the things I'm most proud of Stolas for being able to do is stand up for himself and say what he deserves. I think that's one of the hardest things to do in life, is tell someone you love that they're not cutting it. And so I'm really, you know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yes. So, yes.
I'm glad I with Brandon blushes a little bit.
People always ask me what was your favorite scene to record, and I say I love the difficult breakup, messy scenes. That's what actors love doing. We love making a mess and playing around in that mystery that we all deal with as humans, how to get through those moments. So I would say that the journey of Stolas has been a real roller coaster, it's a stolar coaster even. I would say it's sad to be poor and work. I have something called a job now.
I think the thing that people who don't know our show, that are going to watch it for the first time, might have heard things about our show. And, anyone who says, oh, this show is just about, gratuitous sex and violence and everything, doesn't really realize that our show is really, as Alex was saying, is about love. And it's about, and love is hell, And we are in love and hell, and it's really a story that Viv and the rest of the team have created about relationships. It's all about relationships and love and redemption and finding redemption in your relationships. Thank you.
Second that.
These couches are really uncomfortable. I feel like a dwarf.
This is This couch is forcing everyone to sit bisexually.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, exactly. Bisexually.
My feet don't touch the ground.
We were talking about that over here.
I feel like I'm in a high chair.
It kind of looks like Richard's at the doctor right now.
This is the most forced little guy energy Richard has ever had to go through.
Yeah, it's getting uncomfortable.
Erica, so your character is almost at the opposite side of the swing as Stolas, because I would say that by the end of season 2, we see Luna in one of the healthiest places she's been so far in the series. Especially if we go off to episode, from episode 1, the beginning of the series, her feeling very isolated, her not having, having a lot of friends or social life, to us ending season family of IMP. How did you feel getting to see that, getting to read that backstory for Millie for the first time, and getting to see kind of what a rough around the edges badass she was, when she was running solo?
It's so informative when you get a script that delves into the history of a character. That's what I've loved about being a part of this show, is I really didn't know much about Millie in the beginning, and layer by layer, we're getting to know who she is, who she was, who she may be. So it's a beautiful thing. One of the most beautiful episodes was Unhappy Campers for me, when I got to see a different side of Millie, and she prioritized herself. And it was kind of a reflection of that maybe past Millie, but finding her voice in a relationship was beautiful to me. So it's always a wonderful surprise when you get to learn the history of your character.
Thank you so much. Dave, you got stuff to say?
When it comes to Millie, obviously there's not much I can say about season 3. It's to come. I'm very excited because we have some really, really good Millie stuff coming. I got to tell a very cathartic story through Millie in season 3, and I'm very excited for people to see what it is.
Octuplets.
Yeah, we have a lot. What was that?
I can't imagine that.
Every single time I ask a question, get into serious talk, I feel like I have a bunch of the students in the back of the class who aren't paying attention, who are just talking in the back there.
That's the entire cast.
The entire fucking cast.
I did a lot of class back in the classroom and not pay attention.
To be fair, I haven't heard one word. I can't hear anything.
Oh yeah, it's very difficult. I'm straining.
I feel like I need a Britney Spears in-ear thing. I can't hear fucking shit. I can't. How is the panel going so far? Can somebody come tell me about it later?
Have you heard? How much have you heard?
Can you all hear us? Question from the room: will you cheer basically anything I say, regardless if it's true? So who the fuck knows if you can hear us? So we'll finish up here, but what I would love to know, obviously, we got to this place for one important reason, and that is this incredible fandom. This incredible fan base that has followed us through the years and has shown so much passion. I'm wondering, especially as we're about to go out there into the masses, and I'll try to speak with my lips so you can meet them. Perfect. Can you think of one fan moment that really stuck with you in a really special, positive way? Starting with Alex, one fan moment over the years that was really special for you.
God, that's a great question. What a setup for a punchline that I'm not going to do. I think I'll just be frank. That's in my head right now. God, this is not about. Okay, here's my favorite fan moments in the world, and then I will put this into context. Is that my dad founded the Worldwide Disability Solutions Group at Apple Computer in the '80s, and so yeah, go Alan. All right. And so I've been in that world for as long as I can remember. And so what my favorite fan moments are the ones about Fizz, when I've met people with various disabilities and be able to talk to them about them, and the fact that they're vulnerable enough to open up about it, to come to the table, talk about it, vent about it, whatever. And those, to me, the combo between like fizz and disability, like put together, I couldn't be happier to like be able to talk to people about that through this character, who is like working through his own disabilities and things like that. And so I think any of those fan interactions have just meant a percentage more to me personally.
Yeah, in a similarly sincere way, I would say that I get, some of my favorite interactions are with fans who have attached to a storyline about a connection with their parents or parents that is complicated, whether because of divorce or passing or lots of different reasons. And I love feeling like what we have done, the group up here on stage, has generated meaning in the lives of strangers, and I just find that the most fulfilling thing that I feel I could do with my time on Earth. And when fans come up and tell me how a storyline that I've been a part of has affected their life in a positive way, even if it's been hard and difficult and they've gone through something, but they've found something in our show that has given them comfort or meaning, that's incredibly fulfilling. So those interactions are very special, and for all the shit we go through as people who chose to be in entertainment for their living, that's a nice little karmic payback that says, no, you're doing something worthwhile too. So thank you all for being so generous with what you share with us.
In a similarly sincere way as well, a lot of people come up to me and they tell me that Luna's their comfort character, which means the world to me, because I know I lean on certain forms of media when I'm not feeling well, when I'm sad, and similarly to what you said, like the fact that I could be a part of making someone feel better, because life is very, very hard, and like my character is someone that is one that people lean on, to feel good or to feel seen or what have you, is just, again, like the best use of my time I can think of, and I'm honored to be here, so yeah, and do that for you guys. I mean, ditto, honestly, I hate to say that, but it's the truth. People have come up to me before and told me they didn't want to be here, and they watched the show and they felt seen and heard, and they've made better choices. And if you could be a part of something that can change somebody's life in a positive way like that, I mean, I thought I had to be a doctor to do it, but I could actually be an actor, and thank you, Viv, for that.
Everyone's being so nice to me. It's very
Just
sweet.
don't get used to it. I like when the fans Yay. I like when the fans come up and say, I want to do the combo with the that's what you're asking. Is that the question?
I can't hear anything.
I know, I can't hear it.
I owe you money for the signature on the
Yeah, right. Yes, I must be. I have to piggyback off of these people who have gone before me, that people who say that like our relationship is what they aspire to, means a lot to me. People who just want to sing "Oh Millie" or want to, sing, have that interaction, means the world to us, because we're in a booth by ourselves and we're making each other laugh, and not all at once. We're never together, but Viv and me and each one of these actors are together through the whole process, and so we're having a good time, and I think that when we're having a good time, that translates to you. I hope that you're having a good time too. So that's
I'd love to add there, that I think, working with you on this, because I worked with Richard on both series, so the identity even of the performances, I feel like, are so intrinsically together, because you read with everybody and you bring the same energy and the same comedy, and now we're so in I think both season 3s are my personal favorite parts of both stories. So I'm very excited. Like obviously, like not to like the Has Been season 2 was awesome, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I'm very proud of it, but like just the storylines, like I know where these shows go. Like as in case you didn't know, I know where these shows go. I know where they end. I know how many how many seasons and arcs I would like for both shows, and for Hellava, it's happened. Like season 4 is what I've slated to be the ending, and it's happening, and that's amazing. So yay, it's gonna be told. So there's that, but also just to me, like the third chapters of these universes are just very special to me for very different reasons, obviously because they're both very different. But I cannot wait for you guys to see them. I can't wait. I'm loving making them, and just truly, I'm just so honored to be in this position where I can even talk about the third season of the animated show that I'm making, and it's incredible that I can say that for 2. It's unreal. I had no idea I would be here. So I thank you all for supporting these shows. I think I thank this amazing cast for being a part of them.
We love you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you all. We're going to be here all weekend. We're going to be signing at our booths. We have another panel tomorrow and on Sunday. We're going to get into a lot more discussions with all of our cast. So thank you so much for coming out. We're going to grab a photo with all of you.